The enemy wants you to be scared and, fending for your life all the time and always on the defense and stuff. It's all, psychological warfare, where game of manipulation. If you feed into it, you would believe actually you've done something wrong. You have not. It's their own agenda has been pushed on you because they don't want you to fight. They don't want you to defend yourself. They don't want you to stand up for your God-given rights and constitutional rights and freedoms that is been constituted in many governments across the board. But they always trying to make you be the bad guy. They're turning against you, attacking you day and night, and then you're not supposed to say anything about it. You're not supposed to talk about it. You're not supposed to post videos on YouTube and stuff. And people in my building like ranting and causing a hissy fit, and they're acting out because every time I post something, they get bent out of shape. You know what? You're not going to take my voice away. You're not going to take my voice away. Whatever I want to say, I'm going to say it. You don't like it, leave. Why you aren't being in my life? Like you're listening to my conversation in my apartment. You're like trying to intimidate me, which is you have another thing coming if you think you can intimidate me. I'm not afraid of you. I sleep all the time when I know I'm being attacked. You know what I mean? I am being surrounded by the enemy day or night, and go to bed like nothing happened. I get up in the morning and I'll do it again. I will speak against you, and I express my exercise my freedoms that God given me, and I'm not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop. It's like the cycle of day of night. The day ends, the night begins. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that. I go to bed, I'm talking and I'm expressing how I feel and what you've done me wrong, and telling the world what you've done. Okay? And you can make me to be the bad guy if you wish. Nobody's really gonna listen to you. I've blocked you out of my life, and I'm continuing to say stuff, even though whether people throwing things and causing a racket upstairs and downstairs on the right and the left. It's like trying to silence me. It's not gonna happen. It's not going to happen. I'm not like Aboriginal or Native person who you have came to their land and taken their rights, and they're taking their lands, and attack them when they defend themselves. Attack them when they want to speak against you, when they're airing your dirty laundry. It's like a reality check. I'm not one of those people, You're going to attack me, I'm going to continue to pray against you till the end of the day. It's not going to stop. Prayer are free. It's costing me nothing, okay? It's just word that I'm initiating. I'm invoking the power of God against you, against all the oppressive regimes, against all the corrupt governments, institutions, the world rulers of the earth, okay? You are not going to take my voice away and silence me. You know what I mean? If you think that tactics work in the past, you know what I mean? You need to go. You need to go and figure things out, because we are in a different era. We are not in the same time that it used to be 100 years ago. When you came in slave ships in Africa, you've done that. You've taken slaves, and you erased yourself out of the history books and acting like, when America went to Africa and got Africans, those ships are paid by the Jewish people, the Jewish banking dynasty. These are the one who paid for the ships, but they never went on the books that they actually paid for the ships. You understand? And you're always gonna be part of that. That what Donald Trump is doing now is kneeling beneath the feet of the Zionists, the world leaders and wealthiest, people, the globalists, and that's exactly what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And when they tell him jump, he's better jump, okay? Because otherwise they will take him out just like what they did with John F. K. Anybody who spoke against them, they were taken out. It's very corrupt tactics. If you gonna oppress people, take away their voice, and make them, label them as crazy. I'm not crazy. You know what I mean? I am not crazy, and I don't care. The insult that these people lay on me on a daily basis. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm not even moved. You know what I mean? It's been over 10 years of corruption and manipulation and stuff. And I can go on a list of what these people have done to me. I can go on a list of what these people have done. Stealing my DNA, stealing my my livelihood, oppressing me, and trying to decimate my willpower, and put my mother in a grave, put my brother in a wheelchair, attack my sisters and my brothers. You have done a lot. You even took part of my DNA to power CERN, the machine, without my consent. You know what I mean? Where are my rights? I'm not a willing participant. You cannot just do that. You know what I mean? You think what's right for me. You decide for me what's right for me. No, you don't. You didn't create me. You know what I mean? I had parents that you have done wrong. My parents you put in a grave. You shall rot in hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to stop talking about you. I am not going to go away. I'm going to talk about this at the end of the day. If that's all I have to do, is just talk about you, talk about what you've done to all the target individuals globally. You know what I'm saying? All the star children, the elites. The elite of heaven. You know what I'm saying? The elite of heaven. Okay? We are the elite of heaven for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And you want to take away that from us. We are aligned with God from day one. What have you done? Except you come here to rob, destroy, That's what they say. Satan come to kill, rob, and destroy. That's what Satan, what you've done. You're acting exactly like him, So do not really be proud of destructive ways. You know what I'm saying? I have not harmed anyone. I have no blood on my hands. So I have nothing to wash. So all of you guys people who are participating in this program, you have a lot of blood in your hands. Because I'm not going to forgive. Because that's what you want. I am not willing. Because you want it. Because you want it, I'm not willing to give it. You understand? Because I know what you want. You understand? And that's something you will never get from me. You know what I'm saying? You refuse to admit what you've done. You refuse to admit the illegal experimentation done behind the veil, behind the closed doors. Taking our DNA, taking our, everything from us. So we cannot hire lawyers or defense team to take you to court. You've been throwing cases out of court. Saying that it doesn't have basis or evidence and stuff like that. I know what you've done, and God knows. That's enough. I don't need no evidence. God is my witness. You shall burn in hell. I want you to know that. You will burn what you've done. Okay? And I'm gonna watch when God unleash his destructive ways on you. He annihilates you out of your oblivious. You know what I mean? You have no, you know what? You're gonna suffer for eternity. Do not think for a second, I'm gonna go to hell and you're gonna to hell. I'm gonna go to hell and you're gonna go to heaven. You know what? You got your, marbles screwed up, backward. You know, you are obviously lost your mind. You know what I mean? Nothing there. Nothing there. That you have lost a sense of reality. You think I'm going to go to hell and you're going to go to heaven. You know what I'm saying? For what? What have you done? Tell me one thing you've done in life for you to think that. Okay? You are a lost cause. You are, actually believe those BS, all this programming you're trying to bestow on target individuals to believe your crap. You know what I'm saying? I am not, I'm not going to be fooled. I am not going to become programmed. I'm not going to be, brainwashed. I know what you've done. I know what you've done. Do not act like you do not care, because obviously you do. And it's pissing you off the most because I'm speaking against you. Okay? I'm speaking against you for what you've done. You know what I'm saying? All this trauma in the world, all this pain. You know what? Mel Gibson was right when he said the Jews are the cause of world problems, wars and stuff like that. He was right when he said that. Obviously he was under influence when he was, DUI, and when you're drunk, you always say the truth. You say what you're hiding deep inside of your core. You understand? He was right. Obviously, they put him in his place. He came and made public apology and stuff. Shame on you, Mel Gibson should never have made apology. How he feels. It's true. Why would he make an apology for exercising his rights? That they're obviously he was threatened to take away his wealth and to take away his, able to produce movies or be director or producer or whatever it is. He made that apology. You know what I'm saying? And now he's like all timid, scared of what they will do, and he's very careful what he says. There's certain things he would say, he's allowed to say, by the gatekeepers, the one who controls the money and stuff like that. They're the one who controlling the narrative of what he can say, what he cannot say. I am glad I'm not part of that team who take your voice away. You know what I'm saying? Because you're afraid of losing your money. I have nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? No money to lose. Okay? So, I'm going to continue to exercise my freedoms. If I overstep my boundaries, God will punish me for doing it. But God, He knows I am within my rights. What they've done to me and they've done to all the target individuals globally, they push target individuals to commit suicide. So much cause so much stress. And then I found out they're like trying to take, Nephilim souls from us. You know what I'm saying? Because we're given two souls. You know what I'm saying? The 144,000 given two souls. And the indigo children, actually, the indigo are part of the 144,000. They are given two souls. And they want to take it, or they want to take it. No. And that's why they put us in this program. Every time I uncover things, what they've done, it pissed me off. How could you be so deceitful to lie to people globally? Make us be the bad person or bad guy, and in reality, you're the one who's to blame. You are the one who has problems, who refuses to go and seek help. You need to seek help. You know what I'm saying? Not from God. God is not going to forgive you for what you've done. You know what I'm saying? For the people that you put through this ringer, you put through this suffering cycle of abuse. You know what I'm saying? And you continue to do. You can do, you are drilled, lunatic. You know what I mean? You feel like you have no um, you have right and to do the things you've done and you continue to do without any consequences. Without any consequences. You know what I mean? So I'm just a little bit annoyed, you know? I'm a little bit annoyed with the corruptions that happen in this world. And the world is failing, you know, is broken, and the system the system is failing us actually. The system is broken. Can never be fixed. You know, this planet is, you know, having, it's not a stomachache, a diarrhea. You know, this planet needs to regurgitate, you need to defecate this sickness out of this planet. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like a poison that keep manifesting. You know, it's like a sickness within. I am not the cause of that. Oh, we are not. The 144,000, we're not a part of that. We have not caused that. We did not instigate anything. So manipulative ways trying to make us feel we've done something wrong. You need to quit this crap. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody believes you. Nobody believes anything you're gonna say. I don't believe you, God. God is in queue with us. God is aligning with us. He knows what you've done. Okay? So God have mercy on you. But I am not forgiving you guys what you've done because you're trying to intimidate me. You have another thing coming. You know, if you think you're gonna shut me, you know, you have another thing coming. All right? So I am not aligning with anybody who does such a thing. I would never be in this program. You know, Alpha was not a target individual. If they approach me, ask me to join in this program, to oppress people and to do things to people, you think I would have done that? No, I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I could never do that. I could never do that. You know what I mean? That's like that's a ticket to hell. Not what these people led you to believe. You understand? That's a ticket to hell. You know what I'm saying? Because of all these people don't forgive you. You know what I'm saying? You have your scale of bad deeds outweighs good deeds. You know, understand? This is how it gets. Your scale has to be lighter than the feather, you know? And you're gonna find out you're not gonna weigh anything. Air doesn't weigh, you know what I'm saying? That's what exactly is going to happen to you. I shall pray against you guys till the end of the day. Alright? Just remember that. Remember that God is fair, God is just, and God will avenge on our behalf.